Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. No, 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 no. We didn't. Yes, oh, here we go. Unbelievable. Y'all come on back in. Come on back in. God damn it, man. Here we go. There we go. Sorry about that. Let me get these guys back in here. Yo, what's
Go.
up? Yeah, hey, listen, man, I'm on the bootleg computer tonight. I'm on the bootleg tonight. I've got major issues. I got my main computer, laptop, all reliable, died
Good to
on.
know.
Now we got to get all them 300 people that we had in here we just lost to
Okay,
come
okay.
back.
Let's get them
But
back.
hey, listen, man. I just say, okay, before we get cut off again, I got to fire this thing up right now. Uh, what I normally do is let everybody on here say where you from. Y'all get in the comment section. Say where you from. If you from Miami, John Reagan, I see you, John Reagan. I already know where you from. We got Fayetteville, North Carolina, up in this joint. You see Jamal right there, and see we normally sing the song. Where you from? Where you from? Oh, there you go. Santa Cloud, Florida. Put it in the comment. I'm gonna put you in here. Buffalo, New York, Atlanta, Georgia. See the boys on here. They gotta know where y'all coming from. There it is. On the island. There go Buffalo. There go Cleveland. I see y'all up in here. Miami.
Yes,
There
sir.
it is. We got the great Donna Jacob. I'm glad she ain't refereeing no games.
What's up, baby?
Leisure City.
Oh, girl, what they do?
Yeah.
Leisure City up in here. Y'all see that shit?
Yeah.
We got Leisure City up in here. Chicago up in here.
My town, what they do, baby?
I'm trying to tell you, man. Who else? Who else? Marlon. Darius up in here. Oh man, this thing hot tonight. Everybody, they coming from all across the country. South Carolina, Greenfield, South Carolina up in this piece. Hey, and look at that.
The Bahamas in the building.
The Bahamas in the building.
Hey,
I had all kind of steamed fish yesterday and some conch salad. But the people I had the conch salad from, they had enough conch in there. There it is. Who is that?
That auntie there.
Man, there you go. South Carolina. Oh, we got Michigan up in the joint. There you go.
Grand Rapids.
There it is. Hey, look here, man. Thank y'all guys for coming on. Thank you guys for letting me know where y'all from on here. But let me just say this. Man, it was difficult. We had a shitload of people. Now we gotta resend it out. But they'll come back in. If they miss it, they'll see the rebroadcast. Look at this here, man. We gotta say, let's go BCU. Miami go beat the dog shit out of y'all. It's gonna be all right. But again, hey man, I want to let me just introduce these guys that I just brought them on. Normally I say some stuff before. I just brought them on because I don't know how this computer gonna act, but I just want to let you guys know. I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourself, but to the public, to everybody on here, this is my man Harold. These guys have a documentary that they did, and this is the producer. This is Coach Harold down to the bottom, and I've been knowing this young man since he was playing Pop Warner football at Liberty City Optimists, and his mom refereeing the games, being out there doing so many different things, working with the youth, and this is a great day because, like I always tell people, I let young folks in the community use this platform to be able to express themselves, say the things that they want to say on here. Shouts out to Buffalo, New York. I see y'all up in here. And, that's what it's all about. Using the platform to be able to get the message out, whether it's a documentary, whether it's a movie, whether it's a new record, whether it's politics. And that's what we're all about right here on the Luke Show. So I'm happy to have these two gentlemen on here. And go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right. My name Harold Jacobs. Everybody call me Coach Jacobs, Coach Deuce or Coach Jacobs. I'm from Miami, Florida, born and raised out of Brown Sub area. I played football at Liberty City. Coach, like Coach Luke said, I played football for one of his organizations, that he helped found it with Coach Sam. And I was born and raised Liberty City Warrior. And I'm here, to tell my story while I'm here alive and living. The great Coach Corey, is real close to me like a brother. And I heard a lot of people speaking at his funeral. I heard a lot of people sending videos and documentaries in about him, but not one video was played at his funeral that he was talking to the people. So, I gotta tell my story now while I'm here. And my good brother Norris up there on the side right there, he said, "Man, listen, you gotta tell your story, bro." So, we put it together, and I trusted his word that he was gonna, give me a good documentary. And I love every minute of it, and I guarantee you guys gonna love it.
So my name is Lanaris Harden Jr. I'm from 38th and 10th, first of all, 5-3 3rd Ave until we moved out to Bauhaus, 209 29th Avenue. So I was raised up on Hatley Park as well, from 91 all the way to 99. Right, Harold?
Yep, 91 and 99.
91 and 99. We won many Super Bowls and everything like that, many MVPs. Me and Harold really put down out there. We got a stand called the 5-2 defense.
5'2", baby, 5'2".
5 down linemen, 2 linebackers, ain't enough tackles backed up for everybody else. So and the name of my company is called Scion Studios. And as Harold stated earlier, we go to funerals all the time, and you always hear people give eulogies from their perspective, and not from the person's perspective that's laid up there, whom we all come there for. And Scion Studios, it stands for Create Your Own Narrative. That's the acronym. We create our own narrative, and then we control our narrative. So when one day we're going to meet our demise, don't nobody got to talk for us. They can just play the video, and they can go home, eat some chicken, and drink some Czech sodas and all that kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hey, so let me ask you, and either one of y'all can take this. What made you want to do a video? I know you spoke about, or not a video, but a documentary. I know you spoke about, going to funerals and people's story not being told. Outside of that, why do you think it's important right now to do a video on your life story?
Well, if I may go first, Harold, we just
go ahead. You good, bro?
We just want to tell our story our own way, because a lot of times, us black men, people tend to tell our story how they want to tell it. But this is a new day and age, and the internet has enabled us to create our own narrative. And that's just one of the things that we're doing, and we're proud of what we're doing. Go ahead.
And so Harold, I don't know where you went. How did it happen? Did he approach you, or you approached him? I know y'all played ball together.
So
what made you guys think about doing this documentary?
Yeah, so after Coach Corey funeral, I had mom dance at Coach Corey funeral, and I shared it on Facebook. And then Norris, he hit me up. He said, bro, man, that passion, that energy that you mom dance with. He said, bro, you an icon now. He said, I was talking to some people, and they were just saying about all the great things that you was doing at Glen Cherry. And he was like, man, it's a lot of questions that the people that they don't know that they need to know about you. And he was like, man, I want to record you. He said, it ain't about the money. He said, it ain't even about, getting on my YouTube channel. He said, it's about you telling your story. And that bond that I built with Norris, I done had several people come to me before and wanted to tell my story, but I wasn't comfortable with it. But when Norris came to me, it sat right in my spirit. It sat right in my soul. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna let Norris get the opportunity. And then it took probably almost 4 or 5 months for him to catch up with me and really to catch me at a time where I was settling down, where I was able to slow. Because, I coach high school. I be at the Artemis. I do my job. I be doing a whole bunch of stuff. So when he caught me, and I was like, man, you know what? It's the right time. It's time for me, to tell my story. And who else would be a perfect person to bring it forward that played next to me 9 years out of my life when I was little. We learned the game together. I taught him stuff about the game. He was just the missile, the headhunter. He would just go hit the foul. And I would be like, bro, let's move Rashid and Bubba over, and then I'm gonna hit this gap. You gonna come free, and you make the tackle. So when we got to 90 pounds, 105, we started learning how to play the game with our minds and with our athleticism, and with that bond we created, man. It was just so amazing. So I said, you know what? I want to share this moment with him, and then when I reflect on my life coming up, he knows what I need, the vision that I want the people to see. He knows what he saw when I was there. So I think that he could bring it forth. Like what I talk about, he got clips, he had pictures of all that stuff we're coming up with Liberty City. So it's really the moment. It's the time for it to be done now.
It's definitely the time for it, Definitely the time for it, Coach. And Coach, I seen some of your interviews, from the ones that you did back in the days with all of the legends and everything like that. So, I kind of took some of your style, or learn from you a little bit, And it's just one of those things that we do, man. We Miami boys, so that's how we do it.
Hey, that's what it's all about. I mean, so tell the people a little bit about your history, Harold. I know you talked about starting, playing ball at Liberty City Optimist, and people, if you guys got any questions, I know a couple folks on here asked about the website. He has the website on his shirt right now. There's going to be a part where I'm going to allow you guys to to ask some questions also from the audience. We're gonna show a clip from the actual documentary so you guys can see. So just hold tight. But let me ask you. So tell us something about Harold Jacobs that most people don't know. I know you. I know you somewhat. Your mom knows you. Um, you have this driving passion for these kids
Hmm.
that most people don't they don't understand. I wouldn't say they don't know, but they don't understand, the drive that you have, and I always admire you for that. So tell me what drives Harold to coaching these kids, to doing the things that you do on a daily basis, and how many years have you been doing it?
Okay, so I've been coaching since I was 17. And I'm 37, so I've been coaching 20 years. Um, I stated this in a document, but I'm gonna give it to you raw. So I was like 12 years old. My mom got shot 7 times, and the officers came to our house and told us that my mom was dead. So in my mind, at that moment, I couldn't see myself living without my mom. Like I was only 12 years old, and I was like, why? Like why would someone kill my mom? So my mind I was off. Football was the last thing on my mind. Seeking revenge was the number one priority for me. Start doing things. And Coach Sam noticed that I was not at practice for about 3 or 4 days after he knew what had happened to my mom. So he knew I was at practice for like 3 or 4 days, and he came to check on me. He like, why are you not coming to practice? He was talking to me like, if you need a ride, you need anything. So Coach Sam started picking me up every day, helping me with my homework, making sure I get to practice, making sure I got home. He would feed me sometime before I got home. Thanksgiving, took me to his house. For Christmas, took me to his house. He became that figure in my life. And at that moment in my life, I could have went left or I could have went right. And I thank Coach Sam for impacting my life at that moment. So I took that and I just used that to drive me, because these kids, what they going through. You never know at what moment or what thing you can say to these kids that can impact us. So my goal is to save as many as I can, because I came to the realization that I can't save them all. But man, at that moment in my life when I had first total gun, I first started smoking my weed, I first rent and was coming home late, because I was in my mind, I was dealing with, why would they try to kill my mom? Who would do it? And nobody wouldn't tell me anything. So I was dealing with that, and then I found myself toting guns. I found myself doing stuff I have no business. So when Coach Sam came and he talked to me, he just put his arms around me and he embraced me at that moment. Because my mom wasn't there, and I needed a father figure. And Coach Sam was that father figure that came in that moment.
Let me
And
let me
I
let me
just
let me
used that to drive.
let me ask you. I mean, we see tragedy happening every day in the community, um, and I think that's what most news outlets, they want to focus on, because the local news ain't at the Ravens and the Gwen Cherry Bulls and the big old family out fun, and lots of people on the park enjoying themselves with good football and all that. Um, if you can do something, if you were speaking to politicians and you thought of one big major thing that could be done in youth football, being that you're so involved in it, what would that be?
The one thing, I'm gonna stand up on this one, so you can be clear. The one thing in our youth programs is vocational skills, teaching the 15-year-old kids that can't play sports anymore, the 6-year-old kids that can't play sports anymore, that don't have grades. Teach them how to be plumbers, electricians, mechanics, robot mechanics, house renovators, construction workers. Construction workers, but teach them how to use their hands, because the reason why kids are on the street and trying to sell drugs, because they're trying to live. So you got to kill to get turf to make money. So they're trying to live. If we could teach them the right way to make money, come out of high school, 19, 18 years old, making 50, 60,000 as an electrician, as a plumbing, and we could get that money, and we could get that support programming into our youth programs at Liberty, at Gwen Cherry, at Old Town, at Tacosi, at Little River, at Northside, at Northwest Duck, Miami Garden, at Miami Garden Ravens. If we could get those vocational skills for those kids, that cutoff date is 14 years old. And After that, they can't play football anymore. Now they're turned to the streets because they can't play on a high school level. And there's not a lot of coaches out there that's passionate like you, Luke. How you grab those kids and how you bring them in and how you embrace them and how you be on them and you off to college and you show them the right way. But a lot of kids don't have those coaches at those other schools that do that. They only care about the talented kids. What about don't have talent? What about the kids that don't have grades? Those are the kids that's joining gangs. Those are the kids that's toting guns. Those are the kids when we walk into our cars at night, we looking back to make sure they ain't coming to rob us. If we teach them how to make money the right way and make good money where they can live comfortable, that will help put down the violence a lot. A lot of those kids that's toting guns and being in gangs because they have nothing else to do. We can get those kids and bring them into our programs at our parks and teach them vocational skills. Like Norris, he was a hell of a football player, but right now he's an electrician. I ain't gonna say how much he's making, but that boy, he's sitting himself real good, and he already willing to where he said, man, coach, if you was to get me some kids, I'll start teaching them to be electricians for free. And that's something that he want to do out his heart. You know what I'm saying? So if we just started, we working on just starting that at Gwen Cherry to get 5 kids that want to do it, and he gonna start a program. And he gonna teach it for free, and then we gonna build from that because you got to start somewhere and put one foot forward. But for the commissioners, the politicians, all those governors that's out here, bro, we need the funding for vocational skills in our recreation centers. At Gwen Cherry, at Overtown, at Liberty City, at Northwest Boys Club, we need it in a recreation center. It's not just about sports because everybody is not talented to play football. Everybody's not talented to play basketball, but they can use their hands if you teach them the right skills and they can make money. You ain't got to worry about your security guards walking with you because you worry about them coming to rob you. But I had to stand up on that because I've been holding that in for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's what it's all about. And that message needs to be heard by the elected officials and the politicians and the community activists that are around here doing the work. So Norris, can you talk about the this electrician program that you're talking about?
Well, so I'm a union electrician, from IBEW Local 349, located in Miami, 16th Street, 17th Avenue. And what we have is apprenticeship programs. You got to somehow get inside the apprenticeship. Then once you get inside the apprenticeship, you spend 5 years there learning the trade. And then after you top out, then you become a journeyman. And you can either stay local or you can travel on the road and make like $80,000 to $100,000 in about 9-10 months or whatnot. I'm not able to do that by me being a single father or whatnot. But, had I not been a single father, then, I would have been on the road making, close to like $200,000 within a year or whatnot. However, we do have unions in Miami, and if we could just get our kids to learn these trades, man, it'll minimize the crime in half, because then these kids won't have enough time. They say idle time is a double workshop. So if we just teach these kids these skills, man, then they know how to feed themselves, and then they won't be so agitated and angry or whatnot. Some money, hey man, some money in your pocket will ease your mind, man, for real though. Because
hey, I've been saying the same thing for the longest. Money in your pocket will ease your mind, baby. I'm telling you, outlet and a trade.
Yeah,
and
man.
I love it. And let me tell y'all, when you speaking on this platform, you're speaking directly to the elected officials and the politicians, because if some don't be on here, then they see the rebroadcast, but you have people like Dr. Dorothy Mendenhall, who's school board member.
She's right there. How you doing, Ms. Bendros?
How you doing?
Yeah, these are all the products of where she come from, and there it is. She said that's a great idea. You might want to get on the phone and reach out to her, because that's my girl now. You can't do no pictures with her because I'm gonna get jealous. I'm gonna let you know she like to take pictures with other men other than me, and make sure y'all go out and vote for and support her, because that's my girl.
Yes, sir.
But that's the thing. That's what it's all about, and that's what we're doing. We're having this conversation with 2 great young men that are from the community, that has been doing good work in the community, and came together. 2 brothers at the Little League, and 2 guys. Now grown men, taking a path from what they will learn from the upbringing of saying, okay, I'm gonna do the same thing for these kids that somebody did for me, and that's how it is. I mean, when I took my first $100,000 and started the football program, when Coach Sam came to me and said, "Hey man," him and Coach Joe, and they said, "Look, we want you to sponsor the baseball program." And I said, "Well, I'm a kid from, I'm 58 and 11, and I had to go to Miami Beach to play ball, Optimist, and went to Fisher and went to Beach High. They took care of me and my other friends in the neighborhood, and we never had football on Haddon. And so but we always had baseball."
Gotcha.
And I told the players, "Look here, man, if y'all help me with the football, start the football program, then I will help you guys sponsor your guys' baseball program." And that's how it all came together. I knew Joe. I really didn't know Coach Sam. And so, look, basically what you guys say, resources.
Yeah. You said that, Harold.
Well, hey, look, I come in and say, okay, I got $75,000, and then we're going to start football. And before you know it, we started football. I didn't know it was going. I thought it was going to be like, what I came up with going to the beach.
Yeah.
It was a million kids came out there.
You looking at too?
Like, oh shit! So that 75,000 turned to 150,000. Then I had to go get my homeboys who I played ball with on the beach, and we eventually, end up coaching on the park and doing what we had to do. And so again, but where did all that come from? That came from my coach, Alex Medina, Coach Meeham, and all the people that ran Nora Optimists. I learned from them how to give back. I learned from them the same thing that they did for us is the same thing that we did at the park. And the same thing Coach Sam and guys did for you guys, y'all repeating it. And that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it works. That's how it works. And you see Dr. Dorothy Bendigo say, "Luke, give me my contact." And that's how it works. We all come back and give back. And like, Harold Mom, Coach Donna, everybody know Coach Donna. She hardcore. She went from coaching to refereeing, and they know it. She's an iconic legend. And I hope y'all do a documentary on her later on.
For sure.
That lady got some stories.
But, that's coming part 2.
Yeah, sure. But before we show the clip, talk about some of the players who made it to the NFL that you coach, Coach Jacob.
Hey, Coach, that's also in the documentary as well. But go ahead, Harold.
All right, so some of the kids that I coached in my era is like at Liberty City when I first started coaching. A lot of those kids is like in college right now, getting ready to transition over to the NFL. So I have kids like, so like Ocho, he's at Alabama State. I have Jamal Paul at Long Island State. Man, I got so many kids. I got Keith at Edgewater. I have Zion at UConn. He's at UConn, true freshman starting right now. Khalil Brantley from Winchester. He's at University of Miami, number 18 at tight end. And then there's a lot of kids that I coached against too that I impacted as well that came to play flag with me. And then like some of the kids like that used to stop, like Cameron Kitchen, he's at Miami, true freshman starting last year, made all freshman ACC. And then Brashard Smith at receiver at University of Miami. So it's a lot of kids out there that's in college, man. I started, it was at one point it was like 62 kids in Division I that I coached from 2012 all the way till about 2019, and then some of the kids that I coached in 2010, but they didn't make it to the NFL. They like barber, electrician, construction workers, lawyers, doctors, stuff like that. But man, my wave coming. I'm just being patient because they all in college now, cracking college open, and then I still got Tiger at Northwest. He's the receiver, my quarterback.
Yeah.
That won nationals with me. He's a firefighter right now. And then
Okay.
Let me tell
man,
you, it
Ja'Cory
ain't
Hammond
nothing.
at West Virginia.
Yeah, it ain't
Huh?
nothing like. Let me tell you, it ain't the pleasure of seeing one of your kids that you coach playing on a college football field on national TV, and he putting in work, and he get off the field, and he get on the phone and call you up and say, "Thank you, coach, I love you." And then you see one of them playing the NFL, and they say, "Thank you, coach, I love you."
Yeah.
And you know, one play in the Super Bowl, a couple of them in the Super Bowl, and they call you and say, "Thank you, coach, I love you." That is the best feeling in the world, you know, when it comes to that.
In
And
the word.
I'm gonna ask you a tough question, Harold.
Okay.
Is the fun gone out of Little League football? Because I know back in the days, it was all the rivalries. It was a lot of balance. It was a lot of parity. You know, you didn't have all these top kids on one team. It was spread out. You know,
Oh yeah,
it
Luke
was
trying to start something.
Corey Harris over there. You had Teddy Bridgewater over here. You had Dalvin Cook over here. I think it was one year that Dalvin and Joe played at Gwen Cherry, correct? I think it was one year.
No, it was Joe and Randy. It was a Joe and Randy show they played.
Randy, exactly, Joe and Randy. So, but you had those rivals with players, you know, top players over here, top players over there, and every week you had to play. So, I mean, is that fun going out of the game, or is it just as exciting?
Coach,
See, I know that was a tough question.
hey, boy, that's a tough one because I don't want to say the wrong thing. Then I gotta be ducking when I go to the field. I gotta duck.
I'm gonna ask you no tough questions.
Yeah, but no, it's a lot of the coaches are not into local coaching anymore. A lot of coaches into building nationally ranked teams and competing on a nationally ranked platform. So with the coaches competing on a nationally ranked platform, they are stacking all the teams with all the great talent. So when we playing locally, we know it's a dominant team in one age division that nobody's going to beat. So you playing, they getting wrecked while they playing here, but then they get ready for the national stage. So when we came back at Liberty City, when we knew we was facing Maurice at Northwest Boys Club, that running back.
Yeah.
We knew we was facing Speedy at Florida City, number one, one of the fastest kids beside Nitro. We knew we was facing the kid they called Bam at Richmond, a big cocky running back they had, number one. When you hit him, we used to get headaches. We knew who we had to face every week because those kids didn't hard part. Their parents didn't believe in it. And we had a different coach every year as we went up. And we played those same teams with different coaches, and we went at it. Thank God, me and Norris always came out on top with that trophy. Hey, but yeah, coach, the parents is like, the coaches are volunteering their time. The parents is spending their money. So the parents feel like them spending their money is more than the coaches volunteering their time, which they don't understand that the time that the coaches is spending with their child is time away from their family. So the parents feel like the money more that they spending that they child. So now some coaches looking to just put in better kids, all the top kids, and just letting 6 play kids come sit to the side, and that's where the problem coming in. So like I'm still trying to get into like with the coaches at my part. I love my coaches at my part because they listen. You know, I try to tell my coaches like, yo, like just develop the little kids, and then my coaches come to me and say, Coach, what can I do to teach this kid? What can I put him at? What type of fundamentals? What type of X and O's can we do? Do you got any DVDs? You got any videos? So I give my coaches that. I give my coaches, and I love the fact that my coaches reach out because some people egos will stop you from being a blessing to that child because of your ego in the way for asking for help. But man, listen. When I was with you at Edison, I learned more football than I thought I knew. When I was with Coach Corey, I learned more football than I thought I knew. When I was with Coach Dayla, I learned more football than I thought I knew. Every time I got around a great coach, I always was a student of the game. I learned him I even know some of your weaknesses, Luke. If I get an offense against you, I might scorn you. But I studied them, I studied them that much, bro, because I'm always eager to learning. I never let my ego get in the way. Like even with Coach Sean came to me and said, Coach, man, I run an offense just like that. Do you mind if I show you this? I said, man, Coach, come on. And me and Coach Sean wound up linking up and ripped off 3 nationals back to back to back. JV, same thing. He gave me the keys to the Ferrari at 70U, and he grew me, said, Coach, you're a little firecracker, Coach. You got to calm down. You can't be, popping off so fast. So he taught me how to, like, let the parent stuff go over my head. I would be winning 42-0. And the kid get a first down, and the parents would be like, oh, Jacob with that bush. He's sorry. Let the people get a first down. I'm like, bro, we win 42-0. Relax. So, but I do think that the fun has really been taken out of it because of internet. The internet is the biggest. The internet is undefeated, boy. And everybody
Hey, the people at my park say, Coach, don't ever go on Optimus Trash Talk. And I take
Optimus Trash Talk is the devil.
They say, don't go in there. I said, no problem. Y'all ain't got to tell me twice. But I wanted to ask you that question because you've been through generation after generation after generation of coaching. You've been around it. Your mom been around it. A whole nother generation from the beginning to right now. And I know y'all have conversation about that. And I just, because I hear so many parents complaining that the fun is out of it. But then even more so, I look at it from this standpoint. If Dalvin Cook and Joe Yerby played on the same little league team, one of them would have had to play a different position because it just ain't that much time on the clock.
But they play that Central together.
Same clock as the NFL, and I look at these stacked teams and saying, some of these kids, it ain't but one football at the end of the day. Somebody might be a quarterback and it might be 2 quarterbacks on the team, and because we stacked, and now he got to go play tight end, and then we probably missing out on another Ja'Cory Harris or Teddy Bridgewater. And then again, just like you said, that internet, because I be seeing some of the posters. Jesus Christ, there be some.
They be going ham.
They
be going ham. They be going ham.
Then they do on one of my records any day. But that I wanted to ask you that. But let's get into this clip. Which one of you guys want to set the clip up where everybody and people again? I'm talking to Harold. We're talking Lenoris. Lenoris is the producer of Coach Harold's documentary. Is getting ready to come out. They'll give you more details on that when the release date. And we just talking football and talk about their documentary and just happy to have them on there. So one of you guys just set this clip up and we're gonna show it to the people.
So this first clip that we're about to go through right now is when me and Harold, we were on the golf cart riding around Gwen Cherry or whatnot, and he seen one of his former players. It was a young lady named Lolisha. And it just was amazing for me for a guy that's recording and that's looking at this stuff real time, and it was an amazing moment just to see his impact on someone and how this young lady had so much love for Harold, man. And it just made me feel even better, And
it wasn't staged. It was not staged
at all. That's the thing about it. It's real as it get. And I'm like, damn, I'm looking at it like, damn, man, they really love this man, and it made me feel good as a producer, as a documentary maker, as a filmmaker, just to sit back and enjoy the show. Firsthand.
All right, hey, so let's get into.
We were driving through the park today. The way our community embraced me, I ran into one of my players, Lonisha. I found her at Brownsville Middle School, and I wound up getting her and bringing her to Edison. And I parted ways from Edison and went to coach at another high school, and she continued to play and be great, and I left her in great hands with Coach Vince. He did a great job with keeping her, mentoring her, guiding her, making sure that she's staying on the right path. And I thank Coach Vince for that. And we had some great years. I had some great years at Miami Edison too, with basketball, with flag football. Me and Coach Vince, we built that bond over there. And Lonisha was one of our players that stayed in Lincoln Field. That one of those kids that we had to show her how to use her talent to get where she needs to go. So she have a scholarship right now going to Florida Memorial. And that's the reason why I try to embrace and impact as much people as I can. You know, I try to keep positive people around me. So if I have a kid that I can't help, I have resources that I could turn to so you can leave these kids in great coaches' hands. Low. Hey, I seen you, man, player of the year, baby.
I was looking for you, man.
How you been? Hey, I've been watching you. I've been following you with all your flag football stuff at Edison. Yeah. I seen you and you caught the one-hand pass in the All-Star game. They the commentary like, oh my God, what a grab. So what college you decided to go to?
Florida Memorial.
Oh, so you're going to Florida Memorial?
Yeah, she going to Florida Memorial too.
That's what school she play for?
She played for Edison this past year.
Oh, okay. So both of y'all going to Florida. That's good. Where I found you at? Brownville Middle School. Brownville. Hey, I saw her playing quarterback in middle school. I said, man, I got to get her. Run over there with me at Edison. Did 4 years at Edison. She was a Farmers Player of the Year. Yeah. The Farmers Player of the Year for flag. The #1 player in the nation. All that, man. Played quarterback and receiver. Yeah, so she took Miami Edison to state last year. But they wound up falling short. Who that was? Chatua? They lost to Chatua. But at the end of the day, man, they beat everybody in Dade County. So undefeated. My girl Onisha, man, I'm proud of her.
I ain't gonna fly, man. I was looking for you. I was hoping I run into you for real.
Yeah.
I'm looking, I'm like, dang, I know you coach somebody.
Yeah. I'm here. I just pulled up on you. All right. Remember, Coach Love, you need anything, just call me, all right?
I already know. I love you.
Got you. All right. Seeing Onisha today, it really gave me spark. It really made me feel like, you know what, Coach, you're doing a great job. Keep pushing. Because she showed me. And she said, Coach, I love you, Coach.
Man, that was something else.
Yeah.
That was something else. This gonna be a big documentary. I mean,
it's man, that's just a little bit, boy. It's some parts in there gonna make you tear up, though, boy. Cause
yeah.
So now tell people where they're gonna be able to see this documentary, and what's the release date on it.
Well, actually, I just dropped it at about 8 o'clock. You know, so it's right now on YouTube at Sion Studios at YouTube. You know, and CYON Studios. You know,
that's what's up. So y'all, so it just came out tonight. Hey, yeah. I want everybody to go to the website on YouTube and make sure y'all go check it out. But listen, man, this is dope. This is dope. So now, this is the time I'm gonna let some of the folks from the audience ask some questions. Just look at it in the comment. I'll just throw them up there. Like, here we go. How?
You want to let his QB.
Man, my baby mama on here cutting up, man. She should be shout out.
Is that your baby mama?
Baby mama on here cutting up, y'all. Jesus Christ.
How selfish. He wouldn't let his
quarterback even play defense.
No.
Hey, my quarterback was not getting hurt, man. That was my field general, boy.
Sure.
One thing about Miami, one thing about football around here, boy, hey, they gonna cut loose. They gonna cut loose at all times.
Yeah, they are.
But here's something good.
That's sweet.
Harold for 10 years.
Harold.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Hey, obviously you got some great hands up here, man. But
yeah,
how they got that definitely got you there. But
yeah, she got me with that one, though. I wasn't letting my quarterback play no linebacker. No, man.
Hey. That's the thing all the time. The quarterbacks want to play linebackers.
Yeah, that boy's a linebacker. Cause he was mean.
You're the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. People, if you guys got any questions for these two young men about the documentary, any football questions or any studio questions or any electronic questions, the young fella with his mentoring program, please feel free to do so right now. But in the meantime, let me ask y'all this. You did the documentary. Mm-hmm. You said it was a part 2 of it.
Yeah.
Well, there's so much more footage, that we didn't put.
Yeah, we didn't put in there because it was And then like once like from just right now from the link from you screaming it right now with us interviewing, man, I done had 4 or 5. I know y'all been hearing that bling bling in the background. People was like, man, we want to see the life of Coach Jacob. We want more. Like, cause they don't watch. Some people don't watch some of the video, and then they came on to this and been listening to my side of the story, and like I've been actually getting inboxes right now, like been bling bling bling, like man, Coach, we want to see, we want more. The life of Coach Jacob, we want more.
Yeah.
So we got to give the people what they want. And I at first I was scared because I was like, man, I don't like people in my life, but Nora's like, bro, you got to tell your story before you die, cuz. And then I thought about
I ain't said before you die, Harold. I ain't said before you die.
Nah, he ain't said. In my mind, I said before I die. So, but then like Coach Corey, like he was a legend, bro. Like he knew so many people. But
Yeah.
he had no documentaries on all the great things he had done. He wasn't able. He didn't tell his story. But a lot of people spoke up for him, man. A lot of people spoke up for him, and
Yeah.
it was saying,
I remember, and talk about that when Coach Corey passed. I know you were so instrumental, and probably a lot of people don't know that you were the first person that called me and said, "Hey, man, we want to get this football field named after him, and you're going to call everybody in town to make that happen because he meant so much." Talk about how much Coach Corey meant to you.
Coach Corey, when I first came from Liberty City over to Gwen Cherry, it wasn't an easy we wasn't easily like accepted at Gwen Cherry coming from Liberty City, meaning that it was being that it was a rivalry. And man, it was like every day I had to go to the park, I had to be like, damn, what am I doing here? And Coach Corey, from the first day I came there, he said, man, listen, Harold. He said, boy, I'm a great coach. I see everything you do. He said, I know your passion, but a lot of people don't understand it. He said, man, if anybody, excuse my friends, but he said just like this, anybody fuck with you, you come get me. He said, I got it. He said, you won't have no problems on the paw. He said, it's my paw. I'm Gwen Cherry. Just like that. And at that moment, he embraced me, as a brother to come in. And he saw my passion and he knew everything I want. And he was like, one day he said, man, Harold, you need, he said, boy, you trying to get outside, but you got to set the edge. So I was like, what do you mean? And then he showed me how to crack on the end, crack the outside linebacker and run that motion one. And man, boy, they put that man in motion. They crack the air crack. Boy, I score off that every play. I used to run the first play of the game. Every play, I would give it a ratio, Malik and Shamar. They used to hit that thing around the corner and go 90 yards. And another thing where I knew, that's when I knew that he embraced me as a brother. But at one part when I knew that he respected me as a coach is when Corey had won multiple championships and I had won like 4 or 5, and I think he had like 6 or 5 or 6. And then I had done won my 4th or 5th one straight. And then on top of that, I came and I won my national championship. Bro, Corey came to me. He shook my hand. He looked me in the eye and he said, Coach, he said, you got a trophy that I ain't get, and I've been winning and coaching for a long time. He said, you became a national champion before me, Coach. And he said, boy, congratulations, embrace it. And boy, don't never let nobody tell you nothing bad about this. He said, boy, you got one and I don't even got one. And he said, bro, I appreciate that, for bringing that national to the park. And he hugged me. And at that moment, I said, man, he respect me as a coach because the way that he embraced me when I came and the way I was receptive to him, and then that brotherhood that we had built and that bond we had built. And when he said, man, you got a national, OJ came to me. OJ said, OJ, hey, boy, that's the commissioner of the decade for you. But he was like, man, he said, man, whatever we do, I do want those 2 nationals. I had one with OJ. We had one with OJ together. He was like, man, we got to get Corey one. And then the whole park. This how much he was loved. The whole park started shifting pounds. Like, let's move out of Corey way. Let's get all the kids over here to Corey. So when Corey said, man, I'm gonna take the 155. I think it was Larry. Larry went to Liberty City and got all Liberty City gangsters, and they merged and became the Indians. It was the Indians, and they 155, bro. They had no way that they could lose. It was a national championship of bust, and everybody on the whole park knew in that moment that everything we rode on, that everything we believed in Coach Corey for him to get that national, bro. And we prayed about it, and bro, we made it happen. And Coach got his national, man. And that, man, I'm telling you, that was one of the happiest moments in Coach Corey's life. And I was happy I was there to experience that with him. He was, man.
So you were the first person to win a national championship?
Oh, no way. No, I wasn't the first one. No. I was, but coming from Liberty City, seeing where he was there when I started, when I was an immature firecracker coach, to where I grew up to where I started learning how to make adjustments in the game. He saw me grow as a coach. He saw me grow as a brother, and he helped me groom me with him and Coach Sean and JV and OJ and like all the coaches that even Coach Claude used to put in his little 2 cents. But man, Coach Corey, like I used to talk on the phone to him a lot, and we did not sleep before championship games. We would be on the phone all night, and he'll wait, and we'll be in. Man, Coach, what you gonna do tomorrow, Coach? Man, listen, I'm gonna come out like this, and then we would talk, we would brainstorm, man. Because I love the heck out of Coach Corey. Of course, we all bumped heads. Me and Bernard bumped heads, and when you bump heads and then you still can go kumbaya and respect each other and don't take it personal and put it behind you and learn from it. That's how you know that bond. That's how you know that you're working with men that love what they do. That's real respectable to each other. And man, we still do that right now at Gwen Cherry. Like with Bernard, like I was at his house the other night. We was talking about the football program, and I falling asleep on his couch. And I was like, "Oh, I got to get up and go." He's like, "Man, lay down, man. You tired? Go to sleep." I was like, "All right, no problem." But man, Coach Corey was loved by a whole lot of people, and no kid never paid for nothing when they played for Corey. Remember that they never paid for nothing. Coach Corey made
That's crazy. Yeah, no, that's my man. People didn't realize how close me and that dude was. I mean, Corey, firecracker himself. I remember, the week he passed, me and him was talking about how horrible his principal was, and he wasn't doing the things, but that's a whole nother story there.
Yeah.
But, and I'm talking him off a ledge. No, Corey, you got to hold on now. Man, coach. But good guy, man. Good dude. So there's one question for you right here, Miss Jacob. So what age you guys are going to start the mentor program? At what age?
I think that, as soon as 12, 13, 14, 10.
Okay, so you got a set date when you're going to start that program?
Nah, man. I mean, we just could do it on the fly,
Yeah, we was brainstorming about it. So, but we're going to get together. We're going to get a set date for it. We're going to get a set date for it. We're going to put it together. We're going to make sure that it's structured right. We got the right curriculum, the right equipment, the tools, so that we can equip the kids properly. But yeah, at 14 is the age that they stop playing football. So they could be 13 turning 14, but they can't turn 15. So once they turn 15, we don't want them to become products of the street. We want them to become products of the vocational skills, the plumbing, the electricians, the car mechanics, all that stuff. That's what we want them to do. We want them to
the earlier the better.
The earlier the better, yeah. But at 15 starting is a good, because they can't play sports at the youth level anymore. And then the ones that's not talented to play sports and the ones that don't have the grades, hey, come on over here, baby. Let's get a trade. Let's get this money in your pocket so you can live comfortable.
Exactly.
You never know. You might be at a gas station one day. They might put gas in your car.
Yeah, man.
You're right about that. I mean, this is great, gentlemen. Like I say, I want to thank you all for coming on here, and premiering a clip of your video, and I want people to go to what the website. Tell them where they need to go at to see the whole documentary.
Yes, at YouTube, Scion Studios.
Yep.
Yeah, so all you got to do is go ahead, type this in, and you'll see the videos on there. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please, people.
Hey, there it is, and that's what's up. I mean, that's hold on. We have another young lady here said. Another one been with you for 10 years.
10 years would be
twice.
She said 10 years old would be a good age to start.
All right. I can dig it.
10 years old will be a great. 10-year-old will be a good age.
Yeah, I can dig that.
Yeah, because I mean, shoot, I learned how to paint when I was about 10.
Yeah, man. The earlier the better.
That's a good thing, man. I want to thank you guys for coming on and talk about the documentary. And I want people to go and check the documentary out. It's important to look at these type of pieces, because most people, you don't know what goes into. You do not know what goes into helping these kids and what coaches have to go through. You hear Corey talking about Coach Corey. You hear Jacob talking about Coach Corey. People don't know it. People just show up to the park and think, not realize these coaches are taking a large part of the time out of their life to be in your child's life. And a lot of people just don't realize, how much time, effort, patience, coaching ability that they have to put into these kids. And so, I want to just salute you guys, and I'm just happy about this documentary coming out, right now. It's good. It's a perfect time. You got Little League football getting ready to crank up. You got high school football getting ready to crank up. And parents just need to look at this. Parents need to look at the documentary, so they can see the undertaking and they can see some of the testimonies like this young lady said in here about, the impact that you made on her life, and she's still doing good. And she, was happy to see you. And this is a great thing. I got my man Eric Knowles has got something to say to you guys. Need to get these boys out here cutting grass. Eric, Eric one of them, Eric one of those nature guys.
I got 5.
Eric is gonna be out there getting the fresh fruit. And y'all ain't got to worry about Eric going nowhere where he's gonna be having no tainted fruit and all that stuff like that. It's gonna be fresh fruit and fresh things, because that's what he do. Well, I got a thing over here. I got to get Eric over there to help me plant some stuff. But I'm gonna show the 2-minute clip again for people to see it. And again, tell people where they can go see the documentary at right now.
Zion Studios on YouTube.
There it is.
Zion
There's
Studios.
another sneak peek, people.
As we were driving through the park today, the way our community embraced me, I ran into one of my players, Lonisha. I found her at Brownsville Middle School, and I wound up getting her and bringing her to Edison. And I parted ways from Edison and went to coach at another high school, and she continued to play and be great. And I left her in great hands with Coach Vince. He did a great job with keeping her, mentoring her, guiding her, making sure that she's staying on the right path. And I thank Coach Vince for that. And we had some great years. I had some great years at Miami Edison too, with basketball, with flag football. With Coach Vince, we built that bond over there. And Lonisha was one of our players that stayed in Lincoln Field. That one of those kids that we had to show her how to use her talent to get where she needs to go. So she have a scholarship right now going to Florida Memorial. And that's the reason why I try to embrace and impact as much people as I can. I try to keep positive people around me. So if I have a kid that I can't help, I have resources that I can turn to, so you can leave these kids in great coaches' hands. Low. Hey, I seen you, man, player of the year, baby.
I was looking for you, man.
How you been? Hey, I've been watching you. I've been following you with all your flag football stuff at Edison. Yeah. I seen you, and you caught the one-hand pass in the All-Star game. They the commentary like, oh my God, what a grab! So what college you decided to go to?
Florida Memorial.
Oh, so you going to Florida Memorial?
Yeah, she going to Florida Memorial too.
That's what school she play for?
She played for Edison this past year.
Oh, okay. So both of y'all going to Florida. That's good. Where I found you at? Brownsville Middle School. Brownsville. Hey, I saw her playing quarterback in middle school. I said, man, I gotta get her. Brung over there with me at Edison. Did 4 years at Edison. She was a Farmers Player of the Year. Yeah. The Farmers Player of the Year for flag. The #1 player in the nation. All that, man. Played quarterback and receiver. Yeah. So she took Miami Edison to state last year, but they wound up falling short. Who that was? Chatua. They lost to Chatua. But at the end of the day, man, they beat everybody in Dade County. So. Undefeated. My girl Lonisha, man, I'm proud of her, man.
I ain't gonna proud, man. I was looking for you. I was hoping I run into you for real.
Yeah.
I'm looking, I'm like, dang, I know you coach somebody.
Yeah. I'm here. I just pulled up on you. All right. Remember, Coach Love, you need anything, just call me, all right?
I already know. I love you.
Got you. All right. Seeing Lonisha today, it really gave me spark. It really made me feel like, you know what, Coach, you're doing a great job. Keep pushing, because she showed me. And she said, Coach, I love you, Coach.
And that's what's, hey, man, I want to thank you guys for being on here, man. I really appreciate y'all. Who them two little cats there is?
These my babies. It's Haley. That's Harold Jr.
Oh, man, that's what's up. Yeah. All right, hey, man.
Thank you.
Say what's up.
This is, man.
What's happening?
That's right. Y'all say what's happening. Hey, Coach, this was, guys, this was a blast.
This is a good one.
I hope everybody go and look at the documentary, which is important for people in this community and around the country. It was great, and I want to thank y'all. Have a good night.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Coach.
No doubt.
Appreciate you, Coach. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Love.
Hey, That's what it's all about, people. That is what it's all about. It's all about helping others. It's about helping others. It's about using this platform. This is the community platform. It's not mine. People come on, they want to talk about, issues that affect the community, elected officials, politicians come on, talk. Good folks like these two young men talk about their documentary and how they touch the lives of people within the community. So until next week, ladies and gentlemen, Wednesday, I'll see y'all later. Holla at me. Yours truly, Uncle Luke.